We love hip hop.
Wow.
Hollywood being controlled by the American government. Hold on. That deserves a sound effect.
Yeah, me shaking in my boots. Yeah, me shaking in my boots.
Hollywood being controlled by the American government. Now, salute to Candace Owens, and I'll say salute to her, man. Okay, because like black people a lot of times will be like, oh, I don't like all of her things that she says, but like salute to her anyway because I like it. I'm not putting no disclaimers on it, man. Salute to Candace Owens.
I'm the biggest fan of Candace Owens.
Right? I like the way she gives her point of view on stuff. You know what I'm saying?
She's real.
I agree with pretty much everything she says.
She's realistic.
Right? So y'all can come kill me for that. I don't care. But she was on the Breakfast Club and she was dropping some knowledge over there. Mm-hmm. Okay? That interview was a really, really dope interview. And it wasn't like a Charlemagne and her going back and forward and him trying to catch her in moments. She just went there, said what she had to say. They had good talks. They laughed. And then she got out of there. You know
it's something I've always heard her speak, though. It's like it's kind of the same thing, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you know why she really got
Brigitte Macron.
And also, before I play this you can see on the screen there. This YouTube premium break is brought to you by Master Move Rise. Get your custom made apparel. They got some dope varsity jackets and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But hit them up on their Instagram page, Master-Move-Rise. See.
Transitioned at the age of 30. By the way, alone, that whole story of Emmanuel Macron was like 30 stories.
I believe that Hollywood was created by the CIA.
Well,
you hear what he just said there?
Hollywood.
What do you think about?
He said you believe that Hollywood is created by the CIA.
Yep.
Okay. Watch what she breaks down here.
Hollywood was created by the CIA. I guess I should clarify because, first off, you guys do know the Pentagon has a budget for film. Like there's a whole department in the
Pentagon. Know that.
That's a fact. There you go. That's all you need to know. There's an entire department in the Pentagon. They get involved with films, and they get involved with films for the purpose of propaganda. They always have.
What movies have
I
they
should have
produced?
said Pentagon instead of CIA. Tons of them. I should show you the list. You should pull it up. It's
Google it right
wild.
now.
Yeah, Pentagon
please.
Department for Hollywood. Tons of them.
I have to
Even
report this.
Transformers. Even Transformers, because they're concerned about certain narratives. They get involved with like World War films, like how are we telling a story about history? Usually it's because we're lying about what we did or trying not to make Americans aware of the crimes against humanity that we commit overseas,
Yeah, the Pentagon just funded some films. Black Hawk Down, Red Dawn, GoldenEye.
Or So now you understand your experience in theaters is what your government wants you to think. They want you to think that this is how things happen, and it's usually not at all how things have actually happened.
6 of the best movies made with help from the Department of Defense. This is military.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said CIA. I should have just said the government. But
Top Gun,
yeah,
Red
Top
Dawn,
Gun.
Apollo 13.
it's all about
Iron
just.
Man.
Iron Man.
Iron
No,
Man.
that was on the list.
Now he upset.
Wow.
Now he upset. Let me ask.
Interesting.
Now you
but
said
talking about continue.
What?
I'm going to stop there. So she's not just saying, right? There's evidence because Charlemagne went and pulled up the website that had all of these different movies. And what she's breaking down is that the CIA, or not the CIA, the government, the American government, the Defense Department has been funding movies for decades.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah,
fam.
they started this.
Makes
They
sense.
started this, man.
Yo,
They control the narrative, man.
this is
makes
not
sense.
good, man.
Man, that's why everything's coming out now, and they're scrambling. You know what I mean? And that's why they're gonna cancel women like Candace Owens. Strong melanated women.
She just lost her job, too.
Yeah, but that's what do you expect, right?
We'll get to that in a whole other segment, but
Yeah.
what do you guys think? Like, so how much percentage of movies do you think has been funded? And do you think that's going on in Canada too?
She said
No, but most of the movies are made here, so we're giving them the discount. So we're still involved. We're so involved.
True.
This is their way of laundering the money.
Hollywood
here,
North.
right? We're the best place for organized crime. We're the best place for it, Canada. I'll tell you that. You want to be a high level, come to Canada because I'm not saying for you to do that, but that's what's going on.
Yeah.
In all perspective of it, that is where it's always been because of the fact that most of the people are small caps that run Hollywood and things like that. So they've always been in I don't want to get too crazy with it, man. I don't want to say what I really want to say, man. But
you gotta understand also, she's saying that the government is involved here.
yeah.
So the government is allocating a certain amount of funds. They're influencing storylines in some of these movies and stuff like that, so that they can make sure that their American agenda is being pushed.
Yes. What was the movie that just came out the other day about the end of the world? What was the name of that movie again? And Obama is the one who wrote it. His family wrote it. I think either his daughter or something like that, or
I know.
And they're all in the bunkers and stuff like that. What was the name of it? I watched it.
Stuff like that. If you're,
and it's
definitely
and it's produced by the government.
Yeah,
to show us what's gonna happen when they do the attack on us. You know what I'm saying?
But also, even like to bring it back to the Canadian point, like there's a lot of movies that we see at the end of the movies.
Leaving the World Behind.
That's what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Leave the World Behind.
Leave the world behind.
Right? But there's like a lot of movies over here in Canada that you see in the end of the movie funded by some kind of like, grant program or something that the government
certain shows, small little shows and stuff.
Movies. Factor's been giving out money for music videos for years.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And technically it's kind of the same thing because they influence. It's like, let's take Factor, for example, as music people. Okay.
Yeah.
You can get a Factor grant for your music video, but they're not going to give you one for the drill song where you're talking about killing all your ops.
No.
You're not getting a Factor grant for that, bro.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's a certain list of people who do get them.
Right? And because we know there's certain things that you need to do to get your music passed by Factor, you're going to either play ball and start making the music like that to fit the agenda, or you're just not going to get a Factor grant, have to go use your own money.
And you know what I'm saying?
So technically, the government has influenced the way that you create your art so that you can get their money.
Yeah.
In their favor.
Well, in their favor. Like, they control the narrative.
Yes.
They control it all, right?
Yeah, because the guys who, like, if you just want to be yourself, for example, a drill rapper, they might have to submit the song that they're not actually being themselves so that they can get that Factor grant.
Most of the time they talk about a woman.
Is there any way around that for movies?
Well, for movies, like
you drop a movie without the
you make the trailer. You have to make the trailer in order for the government to give you any type of funding. You'd have to make the trailer.
Well, I think the government
for sure, but what I'm saying is like to not have the government foresee your stuff and like be that like line of defense for their favor. Is there a way around that?
Make an independent movie.
To make a movie, like drop a movie.
Make an independent movie that's not going to get national distribution. It'll only be in a few theaters. You're not going to get billboards. You're not going to get the funding to make your movie a blockbuster movie.
Yeah, okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you want to be on the blockbuster list, you got to go through a little bit of that government funding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you just want to make a cool little indie film, then take all the money out your own pocket. We don't care.
You might get it back on YouTube.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to have a Top Gun or an Iron Man, well, we're going to have to take a look at that before you let that out.
Yeah, that's Paramount. That's a different company now.
Yeah.
Paramount.
You have to get in bed with the government if you try to get that level of movie. They said it. Transformers, fam.
Yeah.
If you just these are big blockbuster films. So if you want to get to that level of film that you're putting out,
the government's involved.
You got to get involved with the government. You got to get in bed with the government
in order to shut down some of those streets. Okay, it wasn't
Transformers.
So that means
Transformers was shot right here on Yonge Street.
Yes.
So that means every blockbuster ever done really has gone through
the government.
Pretty much, from like what Candace Owens is saying here.
Every single
and then when they're giving off little secrets about what's going on in the CIA and stuff in the movies, it's basically what we said earlier. They give you the truth. They say so you can't say we didn't tell you.
They hide Easter eggs in the movies.
That's right. Right?
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it, brother. It's in plain sight.
Yeah. So
you know I mean?
So anytime you wonder like, why was this weird little inconsistency in a movie somewhere? It could be a government involvement, bro.
Is
like
it
the
me?
AI
is it
stuff,
me?
robots.
Or did they used to have FBI warnings before you watch a film?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, no.
Right there.
It had the emblem. It had the emblem
They
come
had
up.
the FBI
with the little badge thing.
Regin.
Yeah, right before the lion. Right before the lion
Just
comes in.
about it. What?
Yeah. Yo, can't see? That's why we need Candace Owens, man.
Yeah, they got to block her. That's what they do to all our leaders, bro.
Yeah.
As soon as they see there's potential for us to start following and be like, hey, she's right. They're like, hell no, get this Nig Nog out of here.
We love hip hop.